Well, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and
Terence Crawford has officially kicked off his training camp for his big fight against Canelo Alvarez, set for September 13th in Las Vegas. But this isn't just another camp. Sources close to Crawford say he's already mapped out a detailed strategy. He's not winging it, and he's definitely not just trying to survive the size difference. Crawford is showing up to win. His team believes this is the fight where he'll prove he's the most well-rounded boxer in the game. According to them, Canelo has never faced an opponent like this before. Still, some boxing experts are sounding the alarm, so let's break down what's happening.
I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup. It is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
Bernie, the boxer, Davis, one of Crawford's closest friends and training partners, spoke out in a recent interview. He said, "No sparring partner out there can really mimic Crawford. No one can match his movement, the way he switches stances, or his timing." Davis isn't just hyping things up, he's confident because he's seen Crawford train up close. In his view, Canelo simply can't be fully ready for a style like Crawford's.
Big dudes, all my...
Cause they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Definitely. That's definitely going.
Crawford's game plan is all about controlling the pace and distance of the fight. He's not looking for a brawl. He knows trading punches with Canelo head-on would be a bad move. Instead, he's focusing on movement, using feints, sharp angles, and constantly keeping Canelo off balance. The stance switching isn't just for show, it's a key part of his strategy because it disrupts a fighter's rhythm. And rhythm is exactly what Canelo relies on. He needs his opponent to stay in front of him, long enough to set his feet and throw his power shots. Crawford plans to take that away.
You know, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud's got all the tools to beat him.
Yeah. You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, you know, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. Not.
Crawford's team insists that Canelo won't be able to settle into his usual rhythm. Some fans and analysts think Crawford might take a page from Mayweather's 2013 playbook, move, counter, and outsmart Canelo over 12 rounds. But those close to Crawford say he's aiming for more than just a narrow win. They say he wants to beat Canelo clearly, round by round, using skills Mayweather didn't even need to use. Still, not everyone's convinced. Critics point to the size gap. Canelo has been strong and comfortable at 168 pounds for years, while Crawford is moving up from 147. Even though Crawford has been stopping almost everyone he fights, this is a different kind of test. He'll be facing a naturally bigger, stronger opponent, one who can take punches and keep coming forward.
Casuals, the sport is called boxing, not knockout. Listen to Bud Crawford explain how he beats Canelo Alvarez.
I don't gotta stop him. I just gotta beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys are slower.
Trainer Stephen "Breadman" Edwards recently spoke with Fight Hub TV about the risks Crawford faces, and why he believes people are selling him short. Edwards said Crawford's sense of timing is something special, and he doesn't think the layoff will affect him. According to Edwards, Crawford always looks sharp, no matter how long he's been out of the ring, and that's rare. When asked if Canelo could actually be hurt, Edwards didn't hesitate. "Anyone can be hurt," he said. He pointed to legends like Roberto Duran and Evander Holyfield, fighters known for having great chins, who still got caught. All it takes is one clean shot at the right moment, and Edwards believes Crawford has the kind of timing to land.
But anybody could be hurt on any given night. Don't ever think a guy can't be hurt, man. Ever think some of the best chins I've ever seen have been clipped. Holyfield, Duran, you know, anybody could be clipped, man. Anybody could get hurt. Anybody could go down. It can happen to anybody. Don't ever believe that.
What do you think about the layoff?
Crawford?
Yeah.
You know, it's always effective, but every time he lays off, he never looks rusty.
Stays in the gym.
Yeah, he's one of them guys that never look rusty. So I don't really, it applies to a lot of fighters, but he defies the logic behind that because he don't look rusty with his layoffs.
What makes him so special?
Oh man, I don't think you got enough time.
Manny Pacquiao also shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight. At first, he kept it brief, saying, "Good for Canelo." But when asked to go deeper, he offered Crawford one key piece of advice: rely on speed and style. Pacquiao knows what it takes to beat bigger opponents. He's done it himself against fighters who had a clear size advantage. His strategy? Don't let them get set. He thinks Crawford needs to do the same: avoid trading punches, stay off the center line, keep moving, keep his hands active, and turn the fight into a chess match, not a slugfest.
Crawford's moving up like 20 pounds. What do you think?
Good. Good for Canelo.
Good for Canelo?
Of course, that's all easier said than done. One of Canelo's biggest strengths right now is his composure. With over 60 fights under his belt, he doesn't get rattled. While his punch volume has dropped in recent fights, he still lands the cleaner, heavier shots, and judges notice that. Even when he's not throwing a lot, he wins rounds with just a couple of solid body shots or well-placed uppercuts. Crawford's team is well aware of this and is building a strategy around it. Crawford needs to land more clean shots more often, and he has to avoid Canelo's counters. He can't afford to let a few big moments from Canelo sway the crowd or the judges.
You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I have not been against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can.
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. isn't buying the hype. He sees this fight as a mismatch and has openly said he expects Canelo to stop Crawford within 6 or 7 rounds. For Chavez, it's not about skill or ring IQ, it's about size. He believes Crawford is jumping up 2 weight classes more for a payday than for legacy. Chavez made it clear, there are weight classes for a reason, and he's standing by that view. And he's not alone. Many old-school boxing fans agree with him. They don't think someone who started his career at 135 pounds can just move up to 168 and beat Canelo, a fighter who's not only comfortable at that weight but has dominated it.
Con todo respeto, él va por el dinero y Canelo lo va a noquear.
The two fighters are going to be different weight classes, even though they're going to fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is going to knock him out.
Would you rather see Canelo fight Benavidez because of the weight is closer?
Crawford has never been knocked out, and rarely even seriously hurt. But Chavez and others believe that could change on September 13th. Their reasoning is simple: Canelo hits harder, can absorb punishment, and if he traps Crawford, he'll land. And when he lands, smaller fighters usually can't handle it. Chavez sees this ending with Crawford on the canvas. The oddsmakers lean toward Canelo too. He's the favorite at -195, meaning he's expected to win, but it's not considered a blowout. Crawford is listed at +155, showing he's still seen as a real threat. A Canelo knockout is going for +330, not the most likely outcome, but definitely on the table. What's interesting is how split the public seems to be. Some fans believe Crawford has the skills to pull off an upset. Others think the jump in weight will be too much for him to overcome.
Old school have to become new school. When he starts going up in weight to fight a Canelo, It's against the rules. If I drive 100 miles an hour in London, it's against the rules. As much as we may want to see a Canelo against a Crawford, the weights are wrong, and so it cannot happen. The fight you should be looking for is a Chris Eubank Jr. against a Canelo. That makes sense. That I would back. You're from